Hello everyone, my name is James Suhan. I am a graduate support engineer here at E1 Solutions. In this video, I'm going to run through the basics of creating and running a scheduled job inside of Popdock. So let's get moved over into Popdock. So here we are inside of Popdock. Now, a little disclaimer, running a scheduled job is noted as a premium feature for us. So if you have our premium package, you get this functionality by default as it's included. If you do not, if you have our business package, then it is available as an additional add-on to your subscription. So to get to the scheduler, you'll click the three-line menu in the upper left, go on down, and it's right here in scheduler. So now that we are in the scheduler, there's a couple already here, but to create one, you'll click add job. If there's nothing there, it'll be here in the middle of the screen, as it goes with a lot of other common things that we have. But in this instance, it's right up here. So I'm going to go ahead and click add job. First thing you want to do is give this a name. So I'll just name it James Test Scheduled Job. So, and now once we have a name, now it wants us to pick, okay, what are we actually going to send? So I'll just send through a very common, simple list. From my GP connector, I'll just send through my GP items list. So I have my connector. Now we want to select a company. You can have multiple companies, but you always need to have one selected. So I'm just going to go basic Fabricam. For the group, since it's items, it's going to be instead of inventory, and then select my items list. And now if you have favorites built upon this list that you use, you would then get to select them here. I do not in this instance, so I will just be using the default view for this. Now moving on to the next section, the email section. This is where we actually decide the specifics of the email. Who's it going to? What's it going to say? What's the subject line? So start off with, I'll just throw my email address in there. So now you need at least one email there. You can do multiple emails, and it's simple as splitting it up just says so. So you just comma, space. Simple like that. If you want to just send it to multiple emails, very straightforward, comma, space, separate them out. Very, very simple. So in this case, we'll just stick with one though. And after that, we have the subject line. Now, the subject line will just default to the name of the scheduled job. But if you wanted to say something else, you would just go in and enter that here. And that's what will show up in the subject line. Now we also have different file formats that you can select for your list to be brought through. You can send it through as an Excel file or CSV file, depending on what your needs are. Most commonly, we see Excel, but you can also send it through as a CSV. Now, once you have this completed, you move on to the schedule section. Now, this is when you decide when this goes through, how this operates, when are you going to be receiving this. So we have a couple different types. We have every day, select days of the week, select days of the month, and last day of the month. So last day of the month, if you want to get a monthly commissions report, get that at the end of the last day. You would select that, gives you that, put your time in. Let's say you run paychecks, you want to see the pay stubs, everything like that, make sure everything's documented for accounting, whatever the case may be. You can now pick what days of the month you want to send this specifically. So you can pick any of these available days, and they will send on that day at the designated time. Our next section is days of the week. So let's say you have a report you want to see Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So you can go ahead and check those boxes, check your time, be good to go. But if you also have something where you just want to see it during the weekdays, you don't want it to come through on the weekends, like maybe nothing's going on the weekends, nothing's going to change with this report, you then just go ahead, select your weekdays, leave your weekends unchecked, and it'll send Monday through Friday. It will not send on Saturday and will not send on Sunday, and vice versa as well. With the time, it does run off the 24-hour time system. So if you want the job to send at 2 p.m., and you say, oh, let's send it 2 o'clock. And you save, add, and run the job. It's not going to send it 2 in the afternoon. It's going to send it 2 in the morning. It runs off the 24-hour time based on where you're at and what your time zone is set within your account. So let's say you want to set it for 2 in the afternoon. We'll keep it consistent. So instead of 2 o'clock, be 1400. And goes for anything else. Now, if you want to send it at 10 in the morning, 10 in the morning, just like that. You can also send it 10:30. We can even go crazy and just go, let's send it at 3:44 in the afternoon. So that'd be 15:44. So now that will send at 3:44 in the afternoon where you happen to be. But for this instance, we'll just keep it noon. Straight noon, simple as that. Actually, let's go 12:30. So then you go ahead and click add. It'll save it in the system, and now it is here. Right here in your column, ready to go. And if you need to make any changes, let's say you want to send it at a different time, make any adjustments, add additional emails, click the pencil, brings up basic information that we just went through. If you want to test and make sure this works, we have our test button right here. Click that, it'll send it through right to your email, and it'll show it exactly as it would send at the normal time. And if you get confused on any of these steps, you can click the little question mark down here in the corner, and it brings up our documentation for setting up, creating, and running a scheduled job.